Welcome to Flashback Friday, a special edition of the Dysfunction Junkies podcast, where we may not have seen it all, but we've seen enough. And now, here are your hosts, Chrisy and Kerry.
All right, everybody, I'm Kerry.
And I'm Chrisy.
Welcome to the podcast today. We have a special Flashback Friday episode. We like to do this once a month, go back to one of our earlier episodes, just to kind of commiserate or remember or have some fun.
Reflection on what we said or shouldn't have, for my case anyhow.
Exactly. So this episode came to you January 29th of 2025. This was season 1, episode 13, Naughty or Nice. You really want to see who Chrisy and Kerry are, you got to listen to this episode.
Yeah, it's good way to sort of basically, we had been a few months in at that point, I guess, 2-3 months. And yeah, I totally demonstrated exactly what kind of philosophy I followed as a child. And if you were near or around me and decided to maybe give me an hour of your time or so to engage with me and play with me, you might have walked away bleeding or broken
or poisoned. So this episode is where we also introduce Fingers.
We did. Shout out.
Chrissy's friend Natalie that earned the nickname Fingers from this episode. Also talked about just different things that we did growing up when I got my first tattoo and how I was afraid to tell my mom about it for fear of what she was going to think. So anyways, we hope you enjoy this Flashback Friday episode and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Welcome back, junkies. I'm Kerry.
And I'm Chrisy.
And we have another exciting episode for you today.
Yes, we do.
Chrisy and I were talking about, our childhoods and how we grew up. And we realized in our conversations that as we grew up, Chrisy was unsupervised naughty. And she was normalizing naughty, where I was, how did we word it? I was
naughty, but don't talk about it.
Naughty, but don't talk about it. I was.
And when you did, then there was discussion, maybe, but maybe not.
So I was like under the radar naughty. Like, I was stealth naughty.
Right.
So
no, not here, but that's your story to tell.
Right. Some of my naughty, they're so tame, especially whenever you compare them to your story. Chrisy, but
of course,
I remember one of the first things that I did as an adult that I was afraid to tell my parents about. And so, have you ever had anything like, have you ever had this experience where you were like really worried to tell your parents about something as an adult, and you're sitting there telling yourself like, I'm an adult. Why? What are they going to do to me? Send me to my room. I live 1,200 miles away. I got my first tattoo when I was in my late 20s. I was living in Las Vegas. It literally took me probably about 3 weeks to get the nerve to tell my mom that I got a tattoo. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I knew she was going to be mortified. Like I knew there was going to be probably rosaries being said and masses being said and holy oil being sent to me in the mail. Like I just knew like she was not going to take this news well. So I finally got the nerve up and I'm like, well, Mom, like we're on the phone and I'm like, I really got to tell you something. And she was like, okay. And I could tell she was bracing herself. And I was like, well, I got a tattoo. And then she said, oh, is that all? Like the sound of relief on her voice. And I was like, what do you mean? What did you think? She goes, I thought you were going to tell me you had AIDS.
Oh my God. Wait. Okay. So you were in your late 20s.
Late 20s.
So yeah, I guess it was still sort of a thing.
It was the thing back then, like we talked about before, but because I moved to Las Vegas and I was living in Sin City, I don't know what she thought I was doing, but I was like, I was mortified. Like I was offended that was what she thought. Like there were so many other things I could think of. I'm like, I got a tattoo. And like she was relieved. She was like, oh, okay.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
So,
oh my God.
I'm like, I stressed for 3 weeks about trying to talk to her about this because, we don't talk about things, but I'm like, I'm going to need to tell her because I'm going to see her and she's going to see the tattoo. And yeah, so.
Wow. Boy, oh boy. She really thought you were having the party of a lifetime.
I guess so. Moved 1,200 miles away from little country town.
Just to get AIDS.
Just It didn't matter that at the time I was working with lions and putting my life in danger physically by
That
working with
way.
lions and everything.
You thought
right.
you'd step it up a notch and then
get a
put yourself
disease,
out
right.
there to get a deadly disease.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Wow.
I mean, I don't know what she thought I was doing on the side. I wasn't, but anyway. So,
Yeah.
But that was, and I'm like, here it stems back to like whenever I was, 16 and wreathing in pain and she thought I was having sex and she never looked at me the same. Well, I guess it stemmed from that. She still thought something was going on. I don't know. So,
Boy, I tell you, all that religion and people, it sort of does give people the unfortunate nature to just think that everybody is out there doing, well, obviously having
Pouring
a
around.
lot of fun.
so
And they're not.
oh my, but yeah, that was crazy times.
Well,
So,
yeah, I would say so. And we tried to talk a little bit before we were going to do this. And I have to tell everybody out there that it's very hard to pry anything naughty out of Kerry. She obviously just never had it.
I loved a sheltered life.
Well, it's not sheltered, but I think just because, again, probably watched too much TV and just was totally influenced to do bad things, especially since nobody was monitoring what I was watching. So I was probably watching things that I shouldn't have been anyhow.
So it was all normalized. All the bad things was
Yeah. Oh
normalized.
my God, look at how much fun these people are having. They like almost stabbed each other. And I mean, I know everybody talks about the toys that we had and they're dangerous and, we used to do dangerous things and we did. And it was like fine. So maybe that's why some parents were a little bit more numb to anything crazy. Mm-hmm. Well, one of my first things I'll never forget, because it was so horrible what I did, not supervised. I was with a neighborhood kid, one of them neighborhood kids.
Was it Chrissy Pissy? The boys that call you Chrissy?
No, it was a girl.
Oh, girl.
It was a neighborhood
It was their
girl. It was somebody else. It was a little bit after all that. We were actually in my grandfather's basement. And my grandfather's basement for the longest time was sort of like almost locked in this like frozen state of like 1968 maybe.
Okay.
Like nothing had been changed. And there were like cabinets down there and they had a fruit cellar, which is where they used to keep canned goods and other stuff. It was just horrible. I mean, the basements were kind of, the house wasn't real old, but it was from the 50s, but it was old enough.
Perfect, dark, cryptic place for Chrissy to play.
It was just, Grandpa wasn't going to come down there because he wasn't walking real well. My grandmother had passed away by then. There was a pool table down there. So that you could usually use as an excuse as to why you were over Gramps in the basement, unsupervised. The cabinets had like old canned goods in them. Yeah. Like way expired. Yeah. Like, why would you open this? I should have kept them though, because you can make money selling those on eBay.
Oh, jeez.
No, I didn't because I know we get into it. Chrissy keeps too much stuff. But I remember there being a box of this substance that was in little round balls that was crystallized.
Oh, God.
And round and pretty.
Oh,
and
God.
It looked like sugar to me. But I knew that it wasn't something I wanted to try. So, hey, Mikey.
Oh, no.
Although this was not the person's name. I'm just playing off of the commercial for a Life cereal. Hey, these are sugar cubes.
Oh, my God.
Do you want to try one?
Chrissy.
Absolutely. Took the sugar cube / no, it was not a sugar cube. And again, yes, this is awful, everyone. I am so sorry, kind of. I mean, I would have been more sorry if something horrible had happened. She took it.
Oh, my God.
Like Snow White taking the apple. Put it in her mouth and spit that damn thing across the floor so quick. And oh my God, it was a mothball.
Oh my God.
I didn't really even know.
You didn't realize at the time it wasn't a mothball.
Well,
you didn't know, but you knew.
Well,
you
I mean,
knew it
how
really
much
wasn't
honesty?
edible. Oh
yeah,
my God.
I mean, how much honesty do I want to play out here? So yeah, so
Chrissy.
horrible. But remember, back then, late 70s, early 80s, nobody was telling you need to lock this crap up.
No,
because you got stupid kids who will look at this and say, they talk about those Tide Pods, all those like wash, those things that the kids are eating because it looks like candy. which I won't have in my house. I'm still liquid
Chrissy
detergent
started
girl.
the trend years earlier with mothballs.
Well, yeah, it started
Tide
there.
Pods.
Yeah, it's bad. It's all bad.
Oh, God, Chrissy.
So that poor kid, I don't really remember playing with her after that.
No.
Kind of thought it was funny, though. I mean, if we're being honest, and I want everybody out there who is taking time to listen to our wonderful show to know that I will never lie to you.
No, she will not.
I will not. It might be painful, but damn it, I'm not going to lie. And so, yeah.
Oh, Chrissy.
You don't have anything like that?
No. The worst thing I did as a child was, I mean, seriously, I know, it's sheltered life.
Oh, I thought you were going to give me something good. Come on,
No.
let me hear.
Was our school was, I was in second grade, and our school was having one of those readathons, and they used to pass around like the pamphlet, and if you read this many books and raised this much money, you'd get this little prize, and then this, if you did more, you got this prize. Well, they had this little plush puppy dog that was like a little sleuth dog or something, and
Right.
I wanted that so bad.
Oh, you did. Oh,
I did. So I wrote on the little, sign up sheet, like I thought I was being creative and like signed all these names, like trying to hide my handwriting and stuff. And I turned my little sheet in after like, a couple weeks of, here, look, I earned enough to get this little plushy dog. Well, they turned the paperwork in. A couple weeks later, they passed out the prizes. Oh, Kerry read like 20 books. I don't know how many it was, and raised so much money. And here's your little plushy dog. I was so excited that I won this little plushy dog. I did not read one book, did not read any of it. Well, I got home and I'm like, well, I can't take this plushy dog in the house. My mom's going to wonder, where did you buy this? Because, we didn't have any money. And so I didn't get no allowance
I'm
for
amazed
anything.
that she paid that much attention to you. That she was like able to track some new toy coming into her home.
Yeah, she would have, because, again, we didn't have a lot. So something brand new and shiny and plushy, we would have noticed it. So I hid it under the steps in the garage. Okay. Well, a couple weeks later, the school sent home an envelope, and they were like, give this to your mom when you get home. So I gave it to my mom. Well, here it was, the bill for like the whatever, $200 or whatever that I was supposed to have gotten from people, all those fake names. And so she found out, and actually she never confronted me and said, what is this? But she somehow found the plushy dog. And
what did she do? She didn't return your dog, did she?
You know what? I think they did, because I never had the plushy dog after that. And I think she ended up, I had a little like savings account, like, from my first Holy Communion money or whatever. And so she took the money out of that to pay for it. So I lost my first Holy Communion money, and I didn't have the plushy dog. Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was my big crime. That was my big sin.
No, the bigger crime is your punishment did not fit the crime. My God. First of all, you were that creative. That nowadays, they would say, look at how creative my kid is. They made up all this BS to get something.
Tried to disguise her
They
handwriting.
know that hard work equals you get what you want. Then,
no
punishment.
I know.
You took all that time to fill out that form. You had the dog. You fell in love with it. I bet you named it. Had a name.
I probably did.
And you were trying to keep it safe by keeping it hidden.
Yeah. Actually, you know where I put it? Under the stairs.
It was a refugee in your house.
The stairs I put it on was the stairs our collie dog had puppies under. So, I guess that's why I put it there.
Oh, maybe you thought it would have puppies if it was there.
Yeah, because, you just open the barn door and puppies happen.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, my God. But then to take your money.
Yeah. Well, they had to pay. They had to pay up. The school was sending that invoice. Pay up.
No, the parents. Obviously, that's a failure on their part. They need to pay. No, don't take your kids' communion money or whatever else.
They took my communion money.
Wow.
So, I know.
Oh, my God.
I know it doesn't compare to, poisoning the neighborhood kid, but
no.
But the funny part about it is my little pristine life up until I was, in my 20s was I was applying for a job in a police department for working in animal control. And part of this is a big background check, and they want to know all your sins. They want to know all the drugs that you took. They want to know everything. You got to fill out this form it's a thick pack. They want to know your driver's license number. Well, here's me, trying to be Little Miss Honest and Perfect. Like, I'm digging through every house application, anything to try to find all my drivers. Pretty much did. Now in hindsight, I'm like, they don't really expect you to have all your driver's license numbers, but whatever. They're just looking to see for honesty or whatever.
Right.
So when it came time to like, did you ever take drugs? No. Did you ever do this? No. Did you ever do this? Whatever. Well, this was like my only story of like, did you ever steal anything? And so I put this, I'm like,
oh, no, this does not equal that.
And so they had a hard time. They thought I was lying. It was like being in that room with everybody looking at me when I was reading and paying, thinking I was lying whenever I said I didn't have sex and couldn't be pregnant. It was the same flashback because they kept thinking, you have to be lying because no one could be this good. And I'm like, I really, really was. And so like I had to do the lie detector test. Like,
my God.
Oh yeah. They put me up. First they did the voice control one, and then they do the whole thing where they hook you all up, all the hooks and everything. And they finally determined that, yeah, I was little Sally Do-Good and didn't have any. Worst thing I did was steal a little sleuth puppy from the readathon.
They made you the sergeant of the whole department after that.
No. But it was just terrible. And I remember being so stressed out. I was like, I wish I could tell you I did something bad, but I didn't. So, anyways.
Well, that reminds me a little bit, real quick, just a little offset of that. When you have to tell people something, being young, and going through Catholic education, when you make your, I believe they called it reconciliation.
Oh, yeah, confessions.
Confession.
Yeah.
Confession.
Tell me your sins.
First of all, a confession to a crime. I get. Confession when you're in, what is it, 3rd grade?
Yeah.
8?
Yeah.
What do you want me to tell you I did? Now, me, might have done something. Was it worth confessing in my mind?
Poison the neighbor with mom.
Well, I didn't think that I don't remember that being on the 10 Commandment or whatever lists we used to
Thou
get.
shalt not poison. That was number 11. There wasn't room on the stone.
Yeah. But you would, well, I'm not going to talk about for everybody, but I'm just going to say right now, I lied.
Yeah.
So I'm in this room with this flipping, completely off-putting figure, very dominant, a man in a robe with a white collar thing. What's going on? Hello. Lied to him.
You lied in confession.
I lied in confession. Now where does this end? Now I'm definitely in trouble. Not only did I screw up confession, I lied to a priest, but I didn't confess that. I should have lied and said
I just
something,
lied to you.
And okay, good. I feel better now. I just lied to you.
Were you in the face-to-face or were you in the screen?
That screen thing. I didn't want to. What are you doing over there? What are you doing over there? What is happening?
It goes with the family profile.
If I'm going to sit here and talk to you, I'm going to talk to you. You need to look at me. I am not going to go behind some goo-goo. Where the hell did that come from? It's very entertaining when you see it in film and stuff. I love it.
Yeah.
But it's ridiculous in real life.
That's the only way I would ever go.
But do you think they really don't know who you are?
I know that, but then they can't.
They know you are.
I know.
It's ridiculous. It is so. No. And then I never had that thing you had to say afterwards ever memorized.
The act of contrition.
What? I used to just sit there and hope that their voice was louder than mine.
Oh, they said it with you.
Were they supposed to?
I don't know.
Well,
they
you
never
know why
did
they
in
were
mine?
saying it?
Because you didn't know it.
So I would just sit there and mumble. It sounded like I was saying something, and they were just like, "Well, she's just really quiet. She talks really quiet." And she
You were saying the bless us, O Lord, and he's like,
I was like,
that's the prayer.
I was like, I want pizza. I want this. I don't want to be here. I'm looking at you. No, it was crazy. Confession's crazy. It is. And even when I was in church when I was little,
yeah,
I didn't know all the words to those songs. Yeah, you sung them every week, all the time. And when you were in Catholic school, you had to go to church during school days for certain things.
Yes, once a week.
So then you just learn to make it look like you're singing. Everybody else seems to know what's going on here. Let them cover up and do the words. Make them work for you, and that's that. But yeah, so the whole admitting and all that's crazy. It's crazy.
So okay, that was younger. What was your more cryptic things when you got older?
Well, as I got a little older, there was one friend in the neighborhood, and again, if she does listen, she's going to remember this stuff because I just was always somewhat ornery and required attention. Because when you're the youngest, there is some level of attention you get naturally.
Yes.
And then either you sort of just take that as I don't like that, or you're like, I have to have it all the time.
Yeah.
I wanted to have attention a lot. So I would generally try to do as much as I could to get it. So I remember one time riding bikes with my friend.
Okay.
And we were both sort of being, whatever, kids. We're riding up the street and
popping wheelies
and I'm
trying to
ride faster, and I'm trying to get her in my dust, and she's trying to keep up, but she was a little younger than me, and I decided to slam on my brakes because she was like catching me, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna stop, see what she does. Maybe she'll roll down the hill.
Oh God, Chrisy.
Stop, drop, and roll. And she did. First of all, she slammed into my bike.
Oh.
But okay, I had a big old bike. It was like from my sister's bike. It was a 3-speed Schwinn. It was the most disgusting bike, but it was like a good solid. It was an old, a good old reliable, bike. You weren't going to get hurt on that. So she flips down the hill with her bike, and she, is trying to recover, comes up the hill, and she's like dusting herself off, and I look, and there's blood running down her hand and her arm. I said, "Oh my God, you're bleeding." Why would you be bleeding? We got to bleed her. And her fingernail is just dangling. At the roots.
Cringing.
It was. Chris. And I was like, wow, that's insane. You lost your fingernail through that? How did that happen? Well, then she sees it and totally freaks out. Why are you freaking out? What's going on here? Now you're being loud.
Oh, God.
And now we're getting attention for the wrong reasons. You're hysterical. So I was sitting there going, look, it's okay. This happens to me all the time.
Look at my nails.
Look at my nails. They rip out all the time. It's not a big deal. Just suck it up. Let's get your bike going. We'll get to my mom's house. My mom will bandage you up. You'll be fine.
Oh, my gosh.
So what do? Well, I'm moving faster than her. I'm like out of there because she's screaming and yelling. Everybody's looking, coming out of their house. There's a kid in the street yelling. What's the matter? She's crying the whole way. I'm like, are you going to come? And finally, she makes it to my house because I had been there like 10 minutes earlier. And I'm like, are you going to come in and get that thing washed off, or what are you doing?
Oh my!
She's like, no, I just want to go home. I want to go to my mom. I got to go see.
Chrisy.
So I'm sitting on the porch now. My entertainment for the afternoon is gone.
God, Chrisy.
And then there goes her car with her mom up the street, off to emergency.
Oh God, Chrisy.
Bye. Okay, you took the easier route. Okay. And yeah, she come back, and it was like she had no fingernail on that hand. But thank God she was able to regrow, I guess, a fingernail. I hope she was. I should have asked. And then, unfortunately, this same girl, you would think she'd learn. And I think that her mother did used to make her take breaks from me because they just knew.
I wonder why. Is this the same girl you fed the poison?
No.
No.
A
New victim.
No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They moved away, and then this one was there. It was like time to break you in, honey. We were playing basketball on my driveway, and never was allowed to have a hoop. So you just had to sort of wing it and pretend you had a hoop. I was a girl. There was no reason for me to have a hoop. And he didn't want to have to cut grass around it or have to wheel it into his, depending. It wasn't happening.
Okay.
So, but we were still, didn't stop us from playing basketball. So we were playing and we're getting rough and we're yanking the ball from each other and blah, 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 blah. And I must have jarred her finger. Typical. Again, I didn't do it on purpose.
What is it with you and this girl's fingers?
Just didn't want her to have them, I guess.
What did you do? Did you break her finger?
Well, I don't think it was broken, but it was badly sprained, probably pushed back. And again, it was just both of us in that case, probably. Me stopping my bike right away, that was on me. Oh. But this was just a natural course of events kids can run into. But again, crying, drama, hello, why are you upset? Just suck it up. You want a splint? I bet you my mom got a splint in the house.
She's a nurse.
She's a nurse. She was a nurse. Come on. No, I just want to go home and see my mom. I'm like, oh my God. Always
go again.
Taken away. I got to wait for you to show up back. There goes the car. Past me on the porch. Sitting there with my ball all alone now. It's all about me. Hello. While you go get fixed up. Comes back. Got a splint. Got a whole thing. Oh, it's really bad sprain.
Oh my God.
Okay, God. All right.
Did you realize how dysfunctional this was as a child?
It was.
Your behavior was a little bit.
I
I know mine was just as dysfunctional, but in a quiet, passive, non-hurting other people way.
If I wasn't hearing you screaming, it had no meaning. There you go. Put that on a shirt. If you ain't screaming, it has no meaning to me. So scream, honey.
Oh,
because now you're playing with Chrisy. You on Chrisy time now.
Chrisy time.
So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
I was so afraid of getting in trouble. Like that's why I was always trying to do everything right. I didn't want to bring any attention to me. I didn't want to, I had to follow the rules, had to be behaved. Like even as an adult, like, gosh, I mean, I don't really speed, I've only gotten like 2 speeding tickets in my life, and they were like stupid ones, like just barely over, 20 or 31 in a 25 or something. I mean, I'm serious. I know it sounds pretentious, but anytime even I see the cops coming up behind me and I see their lights, I get anxious. And I'm like, why am I getting anxious? I wasn't doing anything wrong. But I'll never forget one of the craziest things. I used to handle big cats when I was in Las Vegas. At nighttime on the Strip, the one hotel, the Tropicana, had these 2 tigers on display outside. I worked for the magician that owned these tigers, and him and another guy, we would go at night and we would have to get these tigers and bring them home. So we had big rolling crates, and we put them in this trailer, and then we would drive to north part of town where the guy's compound was and where the animals were housed. In nighttime, driving down the Strip with these 2 tigers in the back. People couldn't see what was in the trailer. It was just a big trailer. We stop at a light and we get rear-ended from behind. We get out. I mean, we hardly felt. I mean, we felt the bump, but so we get out. Well, here, of course, the guy that hit us, his car's all crunched up.
Oh, geez.
So the cops come, and I'm freaking out. And I'm like, first of all, I was the passenger. I wasn't even driving the car, but I was terrified because I'm like, oh my God, we're going to get in trouble. Like, why are we going to get in trouble? I have no idea why I had this fear. Anyways, the cops come. They said to me and the gentleman that was with us, and he was like, you guys doing okay? Like, are you kind of, it smells a little funny back here. Like he thought we were smoking weed. He thought we were high. But
what do you mean? You were the one that got hit.
I know, but he thought we were the ones somehow that caused it, because the odor that was coming from the trailer and apparently from us smelled like weed. And so we're like, he goes, what's in the trailer? And we're like, well, we have 2 tigers in there. And he's like,
do you want to go see?
he didn't believe us. Well, tiger piss does kind of smell like weed.
Wow.
So we're like, no, really, there's 2 tigers in there. And he's like, you sure you're not high? And he's like, asking us, and we're like, no, really, there's 2 tigers in there. Cop didn't believe us. So then he, we're like, well, we can open it up, but there's 2 tigers in there. So we finally, he was not believing us. He totally thought we were high because of how bad everything reeked of what he thought was pot. So we were like, okay, we'll open up the trailer.
Oh my God.
So we open up the trailer, and there's these 2 big white tigers staring at him, and they're like, okay, yeah, I guess you're right. Buckle it all up, give the guy that hit us a ticket for hitting us, and we went on our merry way.
Time.
I know, but the whole time I was terrified because I thought we were going to somehow be in trouble. Like we didn't do anything wrong. We were just, minding our business, hauling tigers around Las Vegas.
Were you programmed to feel that?
This is just what was ingrained in me as a child, that, it was just that fear of God, fear of authority.
You just said it.
Yep.
As you can tell, I didn't have that kind of fear. Lying to priest.
Yeah. So that kept me clean for most of my life. So
well,
fear. But now I'm boring.
No.
I can sit here and laugh at your stories.
We all need.
Do you have any cop stories to share?
Well, I do. After we were friends,
yeah,
and then we sort of weren't on the same path at that moment,
right?
Which was good for you. And
that might have been why we not really stopped being friends, but I was probably terrified to be around you because I was worried we were going to get in trouble.
Oh yeah, you probably were, but can't blame you for that. But yeah, first of all, my mother went to YSU as a adult, YSU non-traditional. I was always sick of people saying, "Oh, you look just like your mom." You look. I don't think I really. I mean, there's a resemblance, of course. You resemble your parents, but you might sometimes maybe. I don't know. She had a YSU ID. Oh boy, now
your mom's ID.
Well, I'm just gonna. You know what? Come at me, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I was under. So I guess I'm under the age as an adult. So you can't try me, maybe. But although what I was
statute
doing
of
was
limitations.
Bad. Well, hopefully. But my mom had had a YSUD, and she didn't keep it anywhere where I couldn't access it. And then I think she wasn't even going anymore. So now it was just a wasted opportunity, and I was going to take it. So I got it. And the way the clubs, or I wouldn't call them clubs, the nightlife on the campus worked was you could get in
If you had a college.
if you had a college ID. Now, if you couldn't prove how old you were, you couldn't drink. They would stamp your hand.
Oh, okay.
Now who's paying attention to those stamps? And after a while, who knows what one stamp means to the other? But the way to cover that was to have somebody with you who was very well, and I mean very well acquainted with whoever was working the door.
You had an in.
Whoever was the DJ, whoever was the bartender, maybe the manager.
Okay.
If you had a friend who was very well acquainted with these people.
Right.
That was your backup if that ID failed.
Okay. So you found a backup.
Oh, yeah.
She's like...
She was lovely, and I thank her. She was able to make sure we always had a good time. Yeah. And we were not age enough to have that kind of good time. But we did. But one time I was with her. Yeah. And she called me up and insisted. And sometimes you had to give in because, she was working her end of the deal. Yeah. So you had to give in once in a while. Yeah. She wanted to go to a haunted house that was probably about, I don't know, like 45 minutes to an hour away from where we live. Okay. But it was like the place to go for people our age, I guess. I don't like haunted houses. I never understood the concept. It was kind of ridiculous. It was loud. It was just unhappy all the way around. As much as I like Halloween.
That's what I can't wrap my brain around this. You love Halloween. You love horror movies. But you didn't want to go to a haunted house.
No, because it was so hokey. And if maybe today, because we have so many things that we can decorate with, they're so much better. 30 plus years ago, it was
I'm surprised you didn't want to go just to snub people like you did at the mall.
Well, no, because everybody has a mask on. So nobody can tell I'm snubbing them. Or they can tell I'm snubbing them, but I can't see who they are. So chances are I'm not going to snub you.
All right. So you were going to go to this.
So we were going to go to this, and I was just like, I just don't want to go. And she just wouldn't stop. So fine. Okay, pick me up. We'll go. So we get in the car and we're driving, and we get into a little town outside of where we lived on our way to get on the freeway to get going. And I don't know, I guess she was speeding, and she went on this road where everybody used to get picked up. The cop saw us and pulled us over. Her license plates were expired on her car. And I think we both kind of knew that. And I was sitting in the passenger seat, and I was like, please arrest her.
Chrisy.
Please, I just want to go home. I really don't want to go anywhere. Can you arrest her? I mean, don't hurt her. Don't just keep her there for a little bit and can you give me a ride home? Is that part of the deal? If you arrest her, will I go home? Or do I have to go with her? Because that might be a deal
there's
breaker.
a problem.
Yeah. So I was sitting there the whole time really wishing someone was going to get arrested. Not me, her. And when the officer found out that we did not go to the high school in his town. Okay. That we went to the Catholic high school at the other town, he let us off with a warning because he hated the kids that lived in his town. And I was like, oh, man, can I just lie to you now and tell you I am in your town and I do go to this school? Although then I'm in trouble and she's not, because she's not going to lie to you. So I had to go to the haunted house.
Oh my
anyhow.
God.
But
that just so defines us exactly how they were, because, here's me all terrified of the cops, even in my 20s. And then here's you are totally normalized cops. You were wanting somebody to get arrested.
Yeah, I was like, oh, good.
Yay, we're getting pulled over.
The police are here. Maybe they'll work in my favor, or chit chat or give us a ticket. Yeah.
See, now sometimes I wonder though, what, that was the things that we did or we experienced, but what are our kids? What are their stories going to be growing as they get older? What's their podcast stories going to be about?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they're going to have their stuff and it's going to be funny for them. We're going to be those older people that just don't get it, which is really sad to think about.
Take me out my Pinewood box.
But so I think we were pretty lucky.
Yeah, we were.
Because we kind of came out of some of that time reasonably unscarred.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
We're scarred. We are very scarred.
We're broken. We're scarred. Dysfunction.
At least we can say live to tell the tale.
Yeah. We have haven't seen it all, but we've seen enough.
Oh, yeah.
Well, this was fun kind of walking down memory lane a little bit, kind of getting into our personalities a little bit more.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure everybody has me figured out really quick here.
I'm boring.
No, you're reasonable and smart. And then there's a goofy chick and she's always got to get in trouble and have the attention. Yeah, that's me.
I'll say a rosary for you.
Oh, boy. Don't do that.
All right. Well, hey, whenever on our Facebook page, let's hear some of the crazy things that you all did as kids.
Yeah.
Did you poison your neighborhood friend
I
with
didn't.
mothballs?
She was okay. Not full. Please don't admit to any crimes. We don't want that.
Did you have to send your neighborhood kids to the emergency room every time you had a play date?
Yeah.
Or were you the one that was just terrified of doing anything wrong, that you lived the sheltered life, even that in your 20s or 30s, you were terrified of the cops, even though they didn't do anything wrong?
Right.
So, all right. Well, hey, thanks for joining us. We'll look forward to seeing you all next week and welcoming you into our safe space.
5-star rating, please.
Absolutely.
We love all of you.
Absolutely. So, all right. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.